Watching, I think Ryan Clark out on the wing, potentially tagging Mark Murphy. Let's just see there in the picture.
Here we go, Tuesday night football, Metricon Stadium. The Swans taking on the Blues. De Koning in the middle with Sinclair. De Koning gets the best of it. Parker immediately over the ball as his Cripps Setterfield hustles the ball forward. Sinclair goes in the wrong direction for a moment. Fisher had a good year. Setterfield, high ball. Deep inside 50 for the Blues, and there is McCartan. It's punched away from him. Nunes gets a quick snap. Might get a second opportunity. Fisher does well to keep it in ball, but only as far as Cunningham. Wiedering, Doherty, Simpson. The usual long sleeves to Murphy. Tries to spot De Koning. In fact, Mackay, did he mark it just inside?
I think he did. At least he's a left footer, so he'll get the opportunity to go around the corner.
Harry, 2 metres. That's the line.
Never easy from that far out.
12 goals this season for Big Harry. It's a nice bit of bend on it. And the opening score of the match.
So the further out from goal you are, the closer to the belly of the ball, but you have to kick it to cover that distance.
So I'm kicking around the corner, Jace.
From in close, yes. Not when you've got plenty of angle for a normal drop punt, though, Brownie.
Cottrell on the spoil, but it comes out the back to Florent. It's a nice measured ball down the line to Hayward. Waxes with Florent. Gets around Williamson. Looks to go through the corridor. It's a nice ball.
They're one of the teams that prefers to use the corridor when they attack.
This man was good last week too, Howie. Sam Wicks.
2 metres, Sam. Thank you. Play on.
You get another ball back from Cunningham. It's a patient build-up from the Swans. Wicks back off the mark. Reed, game 151, lurking deep. Goes in that direction now. McLean back in the side. Now Clark received it from Hayward. Going backwards to Melican.
Still got 3 metres. Move it on. Play on.
Cunningham told to move it on. Hugs the boundary line.
Yeah, I think Sydney will be able to kick the ball around in the back half, Jace. As said before the game, they've got good kickers. Very reliable there, so unlikely to turn it over. So Carlton need to come up and just force the issue there.
Sinclair and De Koning. Nice contest, that one. Walsh having another great year. Papley tries to put the afterburners on. Has to go back to Parker. Bangs it around the corner. Jones with a fist. Doherty will look for the line. Just accelerates when he gets the footy. Tom Papley anywhere within about 70. There's Tom.
It's going to be a good matchup. Hayward and Doherty as well. He'll also be very defensive to try and stop Doherty rebounding.
Cottrell squeezes it out on the left. And as far as Melican. Back to Parker. Now Lloyd. Another inside 50 for the Swans. And the mark is taken by McLean. Nicely done.
Good size of a lump of a young man, isn't he? I mean, he's a brute.
Well, he's an undersized ruckman, Jace. But if he can bring this to his forward line play, it's going to be a big asset for Sydney. Certainly rely on him to be a key forward. Sam Reed's the only other tall one there with Tom McCartan going back.
197 centimetres, 93 kilos for Hayden McLean. From directly in front. Opening goal for the Sydney Swans.
I love that. I love that. A big man grabbing hold of his opportunity early, Jay, stealing himself. How often this season have we seen the big forwards take a mark early, go back and miss that set shot?
Yeah, well, what he's done is he's ticked the box for his first role. Compete. Don't allow intercept marks. You're the big bloke there. You've got to make your presence felt. And he's actually done it, I mean, in a bit of a pack, which is a terrific mark there because he's got Jones, he's got Wiedering, the ruckmen are dropping back. It's just a good contested mark.
That's right. The impact this has on the psyche of the team too. Just go back and kick that goal. Get off to a great start. They're out of the blocks well, Sydney.
Importantly for that young man, great for his confidence, although, as is the norm these days, show some form and off you go.
He hasn't got the confidence, Jace, to just cancel that order from the bench yet. And as he gets a little bit older, he might be just signalling the runner, I'm staying out here.
Positive start from the Swans with the opening goal. Bounce will be recalled.
It's great to see Kennedy and Cripps at these stoppages too. A couple of bulls. It's going to be a fascinating battle. It may only be at these stoppages, but
Both taped up in the left knee, those gentlemen. Curnow to Walsh. Sticks it inside 50, Mackay. Now Nunes to Fisher, handy round goals. Nice little dummy, now the left foot ball. Great effort by Malik, it was a good snap.
It's great effort. It's great to see Sam Walsh start inside the centre bounce, Howie. He's been out on the wing majority of the season. He's been in really good form the last 6 weeks, but I love just getting inside, the young bloke into the middle. He's a terrific young midfielder.
Looks like he's going head-to-head with Nick Blake. He should be a great contest, these two young stars.
Still Lynch on the boundary at Metricon. Nice work from Jones. Immediately goes. Wobbles the ball forward. Now Walsh again. Cunningham was the one that couldn't complete the mark. It's a good ball out to Williamson. Can he keep it in? It's a clever tap back. He was looking for the debutant. Owies couldn't get his first touch. And Sydney will release the pressure through Louis Taylor.
Tommy Alvin, 44. He used to wear 44 for Carlton.
Yep.
Young Owies. Big shoes to fill.
Need to touch more hair as well.
Correct.
Good call, Brownie. Doherty.
He's unforgettable, wasn't he? Tommy Alvin with that haircut.
He was a star too.
Wiedering having a wonderful year. Spots Williamson. Immediately forward again. Now Cunningham. Well, he is marking DeConning forward. It's an aggressive ball. Rowbottom was aware of it. Can Taylor go back to Rowbottom? Nice to McInerney. Rising Star nomination during the week. Shanks the ball, if anything, inside 50. Doherty comes back. Hayward immediately gets him. Doherty does well to release the footy. Curnow wants the boundary.
So he's a very talented player, Will Hayward. He can mark, he can kick goals, he can do it all, but he's also got a huge defensive job tonight, and that is to make sure that Sam Doherty's not rebounding for the Blues and controlling the flow of the ball down back.
Number 1 for metres gained at the Blues, Doherty this year.
We give Tommy Alvin a pump too. He wore number 31, Howie.
Oh, right.
Where was the
Come on,
correction?
Brownie.
Come on, you're the commentator, Howie. Justin Madden, number 44.
Oh, Big Harry.
Oh, Big Harry Madden.
You went with it so confidently, we just agreed.
I was about 3, Brownie. Well, I was into your errors.
Oh, geez,
It's an indictment, Harry, because I was playing against him.
getting some text messages from all the Carlton tragics.
Parker from a long way out. Hooks it slightly. Reed, that's a good grab. Got Jones away with his body.
This has been a brilliant start by the Swans forward line. You spoke about Carlton's tools. At the moment, we've got the big blokes for the Swans that are getting the job done. He's just going to go around the corner from here.
Game number 151. Sammy Reed. No worries at all. Really bright start from the Swans. 2 on the board.
2 big contested marks. It's all you can ask for when you're kicking long forward like that. They're bonuses. As we spoke before, the job of competing and bringing the ball to the ground is the number 1 priority, but to get a couple of contested marks, contested pack marks in the first quarter that result in goals is a huge bonus. Very, very little in the free kick.
Yeah, not a lot on it there. The ump's obviously watching that contest. Maybe Ed Curnow paying close attention to Parker. Well, that was too easy, that contested mark in the end. It was really an uncontested mark, Jace.
It's really interesting watching DeConing. So here's a young ruckman for Carlton that probably could have gone and killed the ball, but he was worried about getting himself between the ball and his opponent, making sure that Callum Sinclair couldn't compete for the mark. As he develops more confidence and more assurance about what he can do, he'll leave Sinclair and say, well, you're not going to get there, I'm going to get there first, and I'll smash the ball through. Just showing him how good the mark was. Probably a little bit more detailed than that. Patterns of the ball coming in.
Kennedy There's a positive start from the Swans. They've got the opening two. Carlton yet to hit in a major way. Petrevski-Seaton got a nice step. Hits Martin at speed. And a good piece of it. Now wide to Cottrell. Left foot ball. Good use of the body from Metricon.
Been asked to play tall this year and he's done a great job. Really good job, Metricon.
Wiedering with a fist. Florent finally releases the ball. Martin's got the same task ahead of him. Centre field. Rowbottom just paddling it in front of himself. Kade Simpson in game number 340.
It's a good innings.
He's a great player. Tremendous competitor. Pretty durable, obviously durable, getting that many games, but every week he's pretty slight of build, but he stands up.
Casbolt. First real possession from him towards McGovern. Metricon again doing well. He started nicely. McInerney. Long ball down the wing.
Holding, Carlton.
Actually, big fellas for Sydney at either end have started well. The key defenders and the key forwards. McLean didn't win that contest, but Reid and McLean are both taking contested marks for goals. Melican's been terrific against McGovern so far.
Casbolt now starting to imprint himself on the game. Mackay's underneath the footy.
On the man, Sydney. Advantage. Play on, play on, play
Advantage
on.
paid to Cunningham. Important ball. It's good.
Sam, back 2 metres. Back 2 metres. Play.
Oh, gee, Hayward overkicked it. Got it right into the corridor. This is danger from the Swans. They'll clear it. And it might work out all right. Clean bowls. McLean in the middle of the ground. Taylor. Stripped away from Parker. Does nicely. Lines up the barrel inside 50 to a one-on-one Jones. Nice. Wiedering. Simpson. Curnow. There is the man in his first game, in his first touch, Owies.
You'd like to see him be a little braver with the ball at times, the Blues, and maybe try and use that corridor, try and go a bit quicker.
Precise ball to Lloyd, having another great season.
It's astounding that long ball can go into the Carlton forward line and no big blokes are there to crash the pack. Three big fellas there, McGovern, Casbolt, Mackay.
There's one of them.
Well, it's a fundamental of a key forward. At least being down the line there to bring the ball to ground.
So he's up having a run in the ruck at the moment, Casbolt.
Callan, Levi.
Not quite sure what that delay was all about.
Blues need to get something going. Centre field. His kick was stymied. Rowbottom. Quick hands to Clark. Now Kennedy inches the ball forward. Dawson. Simpson does beautifully at ground level. Really, really good work. Now Murphy. A little bounce through Metricon. Waits the kick forward. Lands in space. Gee, Metricon started the game beautifully. Caught from behind though this time.
Did he fall in his back? Just got to turn him as you tackle. He had him cold. It would have been incorrect disposal, but he fell in his back. It's good desperation. Good to see him getting involved in the game, Owies.
Holding, Carlton.
And Jace, you talked about, I mean, the key defenders, I think Brownie actually for Carlton. Looks like Sydney, although they've taken 2 contested grabs inside 450, are very reluctant to go long and quick. They want to avoid that long kick down the line to Wiedering, who's often just sitting back, ready to intercept.
We mentioned Simpson's 340th game. He moves into the top 20 games played now in the history of VFL AFL football alongside Andrew McLeod. Now Petrevski's seat. He's got some skills. The one hand to pick up. Curnow. Nicely cut off by McInerney.
It's really interesting when that ball went forward. Lewis Taylor was there competing. And he thought a teammate was going to get the ball and he took off forward. And he left a teammate 1 against 2. And they ended up losing the footy. He's got to stay there till the ball's won before he worries about getting forward of the footy.
Just Carlton have been sloppy by foot early, going at 50%.
Blakey almost threw it out to Kennedy. He shoves it forward in a hurry. Nice bounce for the Swans to Sinclair. Goes a check side from long range.
Putting a better result than a behind. They get a stoppage deep in the forward 50.
That's what he was thinking.
Clean and Reid. The goal kickers for the Swans so far. Reid in the ruck. Parker had eyes for the footy. Reid, that's a good squaring ball. Nice fist away by the Carlton defence in Jones. Sydney will come again though. Florent steps 1 tackle. Now lines up from 45. Ollie Florent. 3 for the Swans. Carlton in early trouble.
How good was that? Terrific. We know Sydney are always a great pressure team, Jace. That's a strength of theirs. They can just get into that forward line, get a stoppage. Hard to get it out against. They've been terrific the last month, especially for an opposition to move the ball from end to end. They've been the best at the competition at actually defending that. And this is why this is a really good example. A good finish by Florent, of course, took his opportunity. They're up and about the Swans.
It's a great start by the Swans, but if you look at the numbers, there's very little in any of the statistical categories. The simple fact is Sydney's using the ball better. So they're going at 68% by feet. Carlton down at a pretty miserable 53%. And that's just not going to get the job done.
And that was the story of the night when they played against Melbourne at Kazawi Stadium last Friday night. Just their entries inside 50 were a much higher class, and the difference in the game.
Reid, his first crack at the ruck. In a centre bounce situation. Curnow paddles it forward. Parker received it from Clark. Now Kennedy. Owies hits his man. Blakey. To space. Wicks. Can't reel that in.
Cripps just can't keep going either, Jace. He's been under a bit of pressure the last few weeks. He looks sore and been question marks about how banged up he actually is. Only the run disposal tonight, just can't keep going. And they're so reliant around him. You know, when Patrick Cripps is up and going, they seem to have, obviously they give him a good role forward. The Blues has been a tremendous player, dual Australian over the journey, but just can't get rolling. It's been a tough year for him.
Look at the size of those two midfielders. Ridiculous.
Blakey, slick hands to Parker, assesses his options. The big men are deep. Heads in that direction now. Good grab from behind by Plowman, though.
Yeah, good job, Lockie Plowman. Got the roll on Tom Papley, so that's a big one there. You've got to be careful. You need to take that mark if you commit to it. So you know your man, Tom Papley's going to be waiting at ground. He's a very big opportunist, probably the best in the game. So good mark there by Plowman.
Wiedering, big fly from Aliir. Williamson, that's good. Now there's an opportunity for the Blues through Fisher. Injects a bit of speed in the game. Cunningham, can he hit a target inside 50? To all the Swans, fisted away. DeConning will get another opportunity. Didn't want to pull the trigger on the kick. Simpson's prepared to.
1 metre, please.
Here's Setterfield. Pops it. Right to the hot spot. Sydney got the answers in defence at the moment. Again, they'll come though, the Blues through Plowman. Now Walsh plays on immediately. That's a good ball right to the top of the square. Casbolt had a good piece of it. Came to ground. Lloyd under pressure. Simpson tracks it back. He's got options by hand. Elects to go by foot. Repeat inside 50s for the Blues, but again, McCartan.
You can see the difference between McCartan and Thurlow. A couple of times Thurlow went the big fist. The first one he actually could have taken a chest mark, but he had that desperate defensive mentality. When you get McCartan, who can play at both ends, fancies his chances. When he can mark it, he goes for the mark.
Same story as last week. Carlton's entries inside 50.
Down towards Levi, a man that can take a contested mark. Didn't get hands to it. Lloyd. Nice step from Cunningham. Right foot, spiral to McLean. Plowman again.
There
it's
he
a
is.
nice
Plowman,
tuck.
Plowman went for it, and Papley's already out.
And he's going, he's running. Tommy Papley. Doherty, Papley. Ball doesn't quite sit. Papley steps around. Goes for a ball right to Wicks. Came to ground. Good spoil in the end by Williamson. It looked like Wicks had his name on it. Now Doherty. And that's a good defensive effort by Carlton.
Opportunity lost. I reckon Jordan Dawson just needed to hang on to the ball and allow Papley to make a little bit more ground forward before he chipped it out into space.
Blues still searching for an opening goal. Good work from Cripps. He's prepared to go towards the corridor. It'll work out to Doherty. Further opportunity down towards Casbolt. Gets underneath it. Fisher at the back of the pack. Now Murphy, precise around goals. Mark Murphy. Alia arrives. Interesting. Murphy likes it.
Score review. Umpire's calls are behind touch. Please confirm.
Review underway.
Not sure that angle is going to tell us much. That one does. So it's a really good decision. Really good decision from the goal umpire. Hold the ball has to be over the line. It's not when he gets his hand on it. That picture right there.
Official review vision, they see.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball is clearly touched before crossing the back of the goal line. Decision on the scoreboard.
Good positioning from the goal umpire.
Terrific, wasn't it? Yeah.
Always good when the person at home can see exactly what the officials are viewing to make their decision.
Just need to be able to hit the scoreboard here, Carlton. They've been in control for the last 3 or 4 minutes. Probably had 4 or 5 entries. Pretty ordinary entries at that, but they need to make the most of it.
Thurlow. Dawson. Clark in traffic. Here's an important ball to be won. 30 seconds on the clock. Walsh out the back door.
Pushing it back. Well.
Now they've got a chance, the Blues, through Walsh.
A little bit of a Bronx cheer. There's a few Carlton fans there. They feel like they're hard done by at the moment.
Deep ball. Casbolt! Had his name all over it, the big, strong man.
Yep, he can take the big contested mark, can't he? And there's another one, Robbie Fox, that's had to play tall this year for Sydney. He just didn't have the physical size to get up to the height that Levi Casbolt was going to mark the ball. Desperately needed assistance to come. And Alia couldn't get there. In fact, Alia got blocked by Zach Fisher, which is really good body work.
Pretty good from here. 14-6 for the year for Levi. The Blues need it after the siren. And they don't get it. So a tough finish. Carlton dominated the last 4 or 5 minutes. They couldn't put a major on the board though. Sydney going nicely, 3 straight. Carlton 4 behind. It's the Swans at Metricon on Tuesday Night Football, leading the Blues by 14 points. Last period of the first quarter. Managed to kick a major though. Sydney through McLean, Reid and Florent lead it by 14 points. Second term on Tuesday night from Metricon Stadium on the coast. DeConning grabs it straight out of the ruck, shins it forward to Walsh. Started the game briskly, back to DeConning. Left foot ball deep. Mackay caught behind. McCartan again looking very comfortable in defence.
He better be careful. If he keeps playing this well, Tommy McCartan, he'll never get backboard again. This will be his lot for the rest of his career. He's playing that well as a key defender.
Slides the ball out of defence. Aaliyah, now Kennedy, managed to send a kick forward.
There's your man, Jace. Tommy McCartan, he's gone back the last few weeks, the last couple of weeks, done a tremendous job.
Just the more you see him, the better he looks.
Play well, doesn't he? Looks like a real natural. Certainly a capable forward as well.
Block. Carlton free. Carlton free. Patrick Cripps. Patrick Cripps.
So a free kick to Paddy Cripps. Number 3 in the comp for free kicks given, and number 2 for free kicks given away for Paddy.
He's always at the coal face. Carries a big load, Cripper.
Murphy. Walsh. Here is the skipper. Real underground job. Nicely picked up by Nunes, though. Aaliyah doesn't let him clear. Cripps comes again. Shrugs off one tackle. Loops a hand pass. Finds Martin. This man is skillful around goal, Jack Martin. Oh, Levi really hit him on the head in the end.
Yeah, it's about the point pass.
Love the work from Aaliyah there. He had Nunes in a sling, jumper swing, but he actually decelerated at the end and almost pulled up so that he didn't sling him into the ground. So the players are starting to get it. Levi must have thought he was going to hit the goal, the point post. Probably could have marked it there.
Sinclair. Reverse spiral clearing ball. Nice shark by Curnow. Hooks it round the corner. Melican. Now Mackay. Again, Carlton. Not able to take toll in front of goal. Really dominated the game from about 15 minutes in, John.
Yeah, they have, yeah. Well, it's really Sydney took those 2 contested marks early, kicked those 2 goals from there, Sam Reid and Hayden McLean. That's really been the difference.
Lloyd to Sinclair. Cripps arrives with a bit of speed behind the footy. That's a good ball. Aaliyah comes out hard, as does McCartan. Well done by Levi, stepping through traffic. Kicked it straight into a Swans player in Lloyd. Didn't expect it. Got it clear now, Parker. Aaliyah lopes away with the footy. Takes a bounce. Kicks straight into Petrevski-Seton in the end. Ran out of room. Murphy sends it back the other way. He's got Mackay on a long lead. Ignores the hand pass to Petrevski-Seton. Measures the ball forward to Martin. This is better from Carlton. He's got Curnow wide. Someone will elect to go that way. Nunes deep. Sends it right to the top of the square. Sydney just dominating though there.
You just see there, so Harry Mackay was in the shot at about 40 metres out. So obviously Harry Mackay's led into congestion. He's left Casbolt, I think it was, there in the top of the goal square in the 2-on-1. Wasn't even in the contest in the end. They need to get better at that system going inside 50, the Blue Baggers.
McInerney to Papley. Now Dawson. It's a good ball to McInerney. He finds a bit of space. McInerney from 40 on the angle to really hurt the Blues. He kicks his first, and Sydney have got 4. Carlton yet to kick a major.
This hurt Sydney, hurt Carlton the last few weeks, Jace, but he let scores out the back. So Sydney were able to transition that from the kick out or from deep in defence. McInerney was terrific last week against Melbourne, kicked a couple of goals, Rising Star nomination. He's a really good runner, can get up and down the field. Carlton need to do a better job though at just blocking that ball and not allowing it out the back and through.
We spoke earlier about the good ball users, particularly down back for Sydney. It was Jordan Dawson. He just weighted it beautifully. Defensive side of the wing, kick over the top. He knew where McInerney was going to be, and he actually could have marked it, but it was just perfectly weighted. Didn't have to break stride. Runs in, kicks another goal. A little bit more misery for the Blues.
He's a ripper. He's got a good goal sense too. He knows when to run forward. He doesn't cheat, you know. Sometimes you get the wingers or midfielders cheat out the back, but he knows how to play his role nicely. He reads the play well and takes off when his teammates, his confident his team's got the ball.
And the free kick in the middle. Levoy having a spell in the ruck. Just bombs it forward in a hurry, trying to get the 6-on-6. Mackay. It's a funny hand pass from Metricon. Butters up though to Elia. Carlton to Blakey. Let's do a contest on the wing. Good grab too by Hayward in front of Doherty.
He's good in the air, Will Hayward, deceptively good.
Sydney drive forward again to Reid. Used the body before the footy got there. Jones did well to effect a spoil in the end. Wicks keeps it in.
Both those kicks, here's a great example of what Carlton don't do. So the kick coming out that Hayward marked and that kick to Reid were both to the side of the contest that favoured the teammate of the kicker, the Sydney player. That's what Carlton aren't doing when they go inside 50.
Centre field, around the body. What do they need to do differently up forward, Brownie, the Blues?
It's a hard one, isn't it? I tell the key forwards not to lead. I tell them to stand at the top of the goal square. You know, they're leading into congestion, they're bombing along to outnumbers. I'll do what Lynchy does. So maybe get Lynchy out to speak to him at half-time. Lynchy wasn't allowed to leave the top of the goal square.
There's no connection, there's no understanding between what's happening further afield and the players inside 50. So they haven't developed a chemistry to understand what the leading patterns are, who the good kicks are, what they're capable of doing with delivery of the footy.
Does that just come through time?
Well, it does, but also you've got to get the right people kicking the footy, Howie. And sometimes it's a combination of both. You're searching for that right formula, that right combination of personnel plus ability to execute.
Rowbottom having a great year. Feigned the hand pass, went round the corner. Reid, Jones, dangerous fist. Simpson tries to make the most of it. Now Hayward. The Blues don't need him to pick it up because he can go around the goals. So there's a bit of rain coming down as well. Now Parker to Taylor. Petrevski's seat.
Oh.
Doherty slips at the inopportune moment. Papley's dangerous, really dangerous. By hand. Now Simpson. This is an important ball out and it doesn't get out.
He should go back and have a shot from there, Reid. He's in range. Goals coming at a premium. And if the rain's going to come, get him on the board.
As you said,
get him on the board early, Lynchy.
Jace, yeah, light rain starting to come. Look like we might hang around for a half hour or so, so it's not going to help the ball use of the Carlton Footy Club.
157 career goals for Sam Reid. 45. Really give it a chance.
A difficult position to be in. What Sydney have shown over the last month of football, when they do get inside their forward 50, they're nigh on impossible to get out against. They really lock down there. They set up a tremendous wall behind the football and apply an enormous amount of pressure where the actual ball is.
And some good padding over the left side of his ribs, Sam Reid, didn't he?
Plowman doesn't get a clearing kick completely away. Fox, Dawson slides it inside 50, really nicely to Hayward.
And that's what we keep talking about, is the ball being in the hands of the best ball users. And that's why he's developed so quickly at half-back, Jordan Dawson. They love his rebound because when he gets the ball, you maintain possession. And not only that, he turns defence into attack so quickly with well-weighted kicks and good vision.
7 goals for the season for Will Hayward. Skillful operator in the rain, gives it every opportunity. Sydney have got 5 on the board.
It's a good point, Jace. Look at the Sydney defenders, the kickers. The Cunningham's good kick. Alia's more than capable. Malikan's a good kick. Jordan Dawson, exceptional. Jake Lloyd, exceptional kick there as well. So Robbie Fox, a really good kick as well. So they're happy for the ball to live in their defensive 50 because they know their defenders are capable and they can cope with under pressure, spotting up teammates, just working their way out of defence. It also helps with their turnover game. If they can apply that pressure in the forward line, turn the ball over, their defenders are very good at kicking it back inside 50.
I think in particular John Longmire would be so comfortable seeing Dawson and Lloyd being the distributors, making those decisions of when to go to an attacking position, when to take something on, because they're such good decision makers as well as good kicks of football.
Looks like it could be a pretty quick regeneration for Sydney.
We saw last night as well with Fremantle, and I think Sydney's the other team. You look at their young list and you think they're going to come along pretty quickly. Got some good veterans there, especially Kennedy. Kennedy's almost like the David Mundy for Fremantle, just supporting these younger players and helping their development, the younger players. So yeah, pretty bullish about Sydney, Jace.
Oh, they've got some excitable youngsters who'll be even more excitable if they get to play a couple of years with Buddy Franklin. Let's hope he gets back fit and firing next year.
They've got a lot of injuries, haven't they?
Yeah.
Heaney as well, Rampy, Naismith, big ruckman. Sorry, Lynch.
Yeah, Mills is the other one.
Taylor bursts onto the footy in driving rain. Sydney are doing a job on the Blues.
It's been a good pick-up. He's starting to find his spot within the Sydney team. Lewis Taylor, he lost his spot in the team earlier on in the year, but he's been able to work his way back in and find his niche there. He's another pretty good ball user. He's creative around these situations, hard to tackle, good on both sides of the body, good finisher. Trend continues for Carlton. Jason has it has been all year. We're
six in a row.
They let through too many goals at once.
So they're at the wrong end of the spectrum here. Have a look at that. This is conceding a run of 5 or more goals. And they've currently done it 6 times. Well, you can turn that into a 7 right now because it's 6 in a row to Sydney. So what do you do, Brown? What do you do?
Terribly frustrating for Carlton supporters sitting at home. When you look at their best wins, and probably it was here at Metricon Stadium round 6 against the Bulldogs, they smashed them for pressure and converted their opportunities.
Blues need to get rolling. Can they get it clear out of the middle? Centre field. Bangs it high and forward. Tough mark conditions now with the rain. Fisher. Similar up and under ball. Mackay does well to keep his feet. McGovern, quiet so far. Ball shoved forward by the Blues. Only momentarily though. DeConning. Good contest. Petrevski-Seaton. Skillful. Inboard. Didn't have the required distance to centre field. Here come the Swans again now. Looking good all around the park. Florin to a one-on-one contest. Dawson, Wiedering. Dawson keeps his feet for a moment. Wiedering tries to step in front of him. Dawson will go off the ground and does. Sydney 7 unanswered.
Oh, it'll be a fly on the wall in the Carlton coach's box right now. And love that. This is Sydney's game to a T. They can soak up the defensive pressure, but then when they get the opportunity to turn the ball over, they attack quickly and they attack down the corridor and they get the ball over the back. It was really going to be who was going to keep their feet. Now, in the end, they both went to ground, but Dawson was first to recover and he gets the goal. You've got to keep your feet in that instance.
He's become a good player for Sydney, Dawson. I like his flexibility too, Jace. So he kicked the goal there, but he can play on the wing, play at half back.
Play anyway.
Yeah, capable of playing a role on a bigger man as well if he has to in defence.
So, Brownie, what do you do when the opposition's on a roll? What's your mindset as a player? What are the leaders on the ground?
Yeah, well, obviously it comes back to the fundamentals, getting pressure on the opposition and winning your own share of the football, your own share of the contest, then force the ball forward.
Bottom missed everything. Centre field with a second straight clearance. This is where it just spins straight back out of defence in a hurry. And the Blues keep it in for a period. Harry Mackay got away with the tackle.
What will horrify Blues supporters at home is when you look at the inside 50s, and Carlton's had 22 to Sydney's 16, and you're down 7 goals to zip. There's something wrong with the method there, isn't there?
Can they get something, the Blues? Cripps working hard. Kennedy has got him. Levi Main handles his man in the ruck. Lloyd really have time to dispose of the football. Curnow, Fisher did really well to just throw it straight on the boot. Some joy for the Blues. Well done by Fisher, and finally David Roden says Carlton got there first.
Oh, you can just do that, Jace.
He's reinvented himself.
Yeah.
Zach Fisher, hasn't he, as that small forward.
He's made earn his way back into the team, wasn't he?
It took him a long time, Brownie. He started out as that quick rebounding defender. They were a little bit worried about some of his ball use at times. Sometimes he would bite off a little more than he could chew, which isn't necessarily a bad trait, but he's had to work hard to get back in. He looks a very likely type as a small forward.
He came back into the side a few weeks back. I think it may have been against Hawthorn in that loss. He kicked 4 goals. He's been a good contributor since he found his way back into the team. We need more of that, though. Turn this thing around. It's just all about basic football. The ground's wet now. Need to work their way back into it. They can't obviously peg back the score in 7 minutes. They just need small wins here. They can just get 1 or 2 maybe before half-time.
Kennedy in the middle, what a battle that is. Parker and Curnow equally enticing. Petrevsky does well, steps 1, sends it forward. Can the Blues get 2 in a short space of time? Nunes scooped it out, gets away with it. Walsh, really clever footballer. Walsh to make it 2 in a row for the Blues. Here comes Carlton.
It's been another strength, or one of the strengths of the Blues this year has been their wingers' contribution to the goal kicking. So Nunes kicked 11 goals. That's Walsh's 8th goal for the year. It's probably 8 in about the last 8 weeks, to be honest, for Sam Walsh. Started more in the middle. Yeah, no, look, at the end of the day, that's probably a throw. I think it is a throw, not probably a throw. But that's been a strength of Sam Walsh, pushing forward out of the stoppages. As I say, he's been playing majority wing. He's starting the centre square more tonight.
Oh, that's as good a throw as you'll see. But make the most of it. That's what Sam Walsh has done. He's capitalised on an opportunity. They got away with one, and he's made it count on the scoreboard. So a little bit of life from the Blues before half-time, which they so desperately needed.
And that's what the Blues midfielders need to do, Howie. They need to charge out of those stoppages. If they do get forward territory, they need to charge down on top of the Sydney defenders and equalise the numbers. Put an enormous amount of pressure so Sydney just can't kick their way out of defence.
So it was 7 unanswered, but the Blues have got the last 2 in quick succession to get their evening underway. Curnow spins it forward. Good smother from the skipper. Blakey might work out nicely. Papley, he'll want to accelerate from 45. Papley! Oh, misses.
You knew he wasn't going to stop when he marked that. He just pinned back the ears and he was off to goals.
Williamson. McInerney to Lloyd. Martin will have a second attempt at ground level this time. Little step and dumps it out on the foot. Touched.
Tommy Papley adamant he didn't touch it, but it's gone against him. I'd love to see him back in his best form. He's been down for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Holding the man, Carlton. That is jumper. Carlton,
I'm not sure Levi was expecting that.
Jack Martin's spending more time around the football now, trying to help Carlton get back into the game.
Blues on the switch.
Jack Martin touched the ball, quite often ends up in a score.
Gee, that's a good aggressive ball into the middle of Metricon. Cripps now out towards the flank. This is better from Carlton. Just got in front of Jones. Slick hand pass though. Jones butters up a second time. Now centre field. Taps it back cleverly. Carlton managed to keep the ball in. And as far as McInerney. Fox. Blakey.
Clever.
To Rowbottom, who missed Florent. Door opens again for the Blues. They're hanging in Carlton. Petrevski's seat. Gang tackle. Got one high.
Mark Murphy in trouble behind play.
Done for hold of the ball. Petrevski's seat. Looks a bit sore. Cunningham. Florent. Eyes are darting. Sinclair. Jones.
Carlton.
Now the Spurs are allowed to kick the ball away a bit more, Jace. I think that Louis Taylor, he couldn't have reasonably expected that was going to be a free kick to Sydney. The umpires have eased up on those 50-metre penalties, I think.
46th game at Metricon Stadium for Jack Martin, the former Swan. Or Levi.
Former son.
Not great conditions for the big marking forwards now. They're going to have to work real hard for their possessions.
They've loaded up too. Patrick Cripps has gone to full forward. They're very tall down there. Mackay, Casbolt and Cripps.
Cunningham does well. Tries to spin out of the pack. Rowbottom. Parker. Now McInerney on the back flank. The opening goal of the second term. Rising Star nomination after his 14 disposals and 2 goals last week. Important ball to be won. 3.5 on the clock before the major break. Murphy looks like he's motoring along again. He's tested in that tackle a couple of times. Williamson bursts clear of the pack. Walsh applies pressure. Florent, McInerney steps, gets it back towards Florent. Massages it forward on the left. Reed, can he pick it up? Jones hits him coming the other way. Owies, the first gamer. Fisher bobbles it. Now we get an opportunity to run. He's got some toe, takes the bounce. Fisher sends it deep to a one-on-one. Cripps. He's got the free kick. Paddy Cripps.
Yeah, I like that they went to him. They saw the one-on-one down the line. They actually went to him, made the decision quickly. Fisher. That's good.
That's where you can't be afraid to kick to a contest.
Absolutely.
That's what you're crying out for. Finally, you get a situation where you're not outnumbered for a change. So what's his conversion like from here? Not too bad.
Paddy Cripps to make it 3 in a row for Carlton. That is just magnificent by the skipper. Carlton working their way back.
It's on the back of this man, Patrick Cripps, working his way back in. He's very quiet early, Jace. Majority of the first quarter only had the 1 disposal. Up to 8 disposal now, and he's just bullied his way back into the game. He goes forward now. They plunked him forward. Not moving as well. I just wonder whether he's carrying that left knee if he's a bit, but yeah, free kick there. And great to see they went there. And that one-on-one, yes, that's a good matchup. I'm backing in Cripps against Fox in a one-on-one.
A lot of holding going on between the two of them, but when you see the jumper stretch, you give the umpire an out. He's going to pay that every time.
A wink from the skipper. Keep an eye on David Roden as well.
Oh, he's the happiest man I've ever seen giving goals,
There's a goal. He's got the world's biggest smile on his face.
He's beaming from ear to ear when he gives them.
It's a good measure of whether it's through or not from D. Roden's big cheesy grin. So Carlton have kicked the last 3 back in the contest. Papley pressured off the footy by Curnow. They go inside 50 again, the Blues, and now it's going their way, and big Harry Marks plays on, hooks it round the body, another one for Carlton. 7 Swans, now 4 for the Blues, and there's the smile.
Getting the top out of centre bounces, Jace.
Gee, I get concerned when they play on and kick it around the corner from directly in front. What possesses you to do that? Got me beat.
Yeah,
but
I can't
what they did,
it.
I love this option. Don't be fancy. It's slippery. Just get it forward. Play the territory game.
It's a good mark.
But why you would play on like that? I mean, it's kicked it right through the middle, so you can't whinge, can't complain. But boy, it worries me when they do that.
So he's good at contest marks, you'll see there with the wet ball and spinning awkwardly. He's a super talent. Yeah, unique. Well, it's not unique anymore, Jace. Would have been unique 10 or 15 years ago to kick around the corner from directly in front.
The modern day players trying to phase out the drop punt.
Sydney kicked the first 7. Carlton have kicked the last 4.
Starting to look a little worried, John Longmire. They can do that, Sydney. They can score early and then they don't put you away on the scoreboard. So, you know, over the course of the 4 quarters, it's not going to be a huge score they kick.
Blues have been dominating the clearances to the middle. They'll get another one. Setterfield. Walsh ignored the outlier by hand. Driving it forward again. Falls clear of McCartan. Martin. Cunningham. Falls.
Just Cripps has been enormous, really, since quarter time. He's had 3 clearances, but up to 10 disposals now. Head-to-head there with Josh Kennedy. Yeah, dominated clearance in this quarter. 12-6.
Yeah, Kennedy's only had the 6.
Owies flows onto the footy. Nunes back towards Setterfield. Kennedy, there's another possession for the stat sheet. A couple of excited Carlton fans in the background. Nice to see people getting back to the footy. Doherty hacks it out of mid-air. Good saving mark from Cunningham.
She's got a piece of that, Doherty. It looks like a 60-metre drop punt. Just struck it perfectly.
Kennedy perfectly positioned for the crumbs from the marking contest. Williamson. Papley. He's held. Feels he should have had a few kicks already tonight, Tom.
Yeah, he's got his hands full, Lockie Plowman with Tom Papley. There's a fair size difference there.
All right, they've got to defend hard here, the Blues. They don't want to concede another one in the last minute. They've got themselves back in the game.
Papley takes a bit off the footy. Big contest, this one. Almost fell into space in the end. Doherty nearly had it in his lap. Row bottom. Setterfield gets in his back, gets okay from the umpire. Defending with all their might here, the Blues. Kicked the last 4 of the game to get themselves back in it after they were 7 goals down. Rowbottom kicked it into the back of Cottrell's head. Sinclair, an intelligent tap forward. Off the ground. In danger it was. Bit of hope for Blues fans, Jace.
Well, they've got themselves right back in it, Howie. It was looking very bleak, very dim there for the first quarter and a half. But in the space of the last 10 or 12 minutes, they've turned this around, the Blues, and they're the ones that go into half-time with all the momentum. So the body language will be great. They'll feel good about themselves. And they'll actually now start to believe, right, we've finally got ourselves up and running, got our game going, we can win the game.
It's a good mark by Martin under pressure. So Blues fans, you'll be happy. You gave up the first 7, but you kicked the next 4. So what was out to a 40-point margin is back to 16 points at the major break. The rain holding off for a moment at Metricon Stadium. The Swans lead it at half-time by 16 points. This match.
It's funny, we spoke about how much momentum Carlton had going into half-time, but it was 4 goals apiece in the second term.
Set for the second half, Carlton will kick the last 4 goals in this match. There was rain in the second term. Cleared for a moment. Parker out of mid-air. Cripps. Oh, big second quarter, uses his body, and it is a big body too. Gets Wicks, who comes a second time. And a third time.
Not much he could do. He was getting pushed into it by Josh Kennedy, his opponent, anyway.
Koning and Aaliyah. Kennedy. First inside 50 for the term. Jones tracks it back. To Walsh. And as far as Ollie, Florin immediately hear the calls Ollie, but Ollie is looking ahead to the sticks.
Yeah, Cottrell needed to commit. He needed to lead out there and give an option out to Walsh on the fat side. Once Walsh committed that way, he looked up and he didn't have any options. It's a young player, Cottrell, maybe just not responding quick enough.
15 gone.
It's unusual. Tucked the mouthguard into the sock of his right leg. And he's a right footer. Normally they tuck it in the opposite sock.
He's kicked one goal in the first term, Ollie Florin. That was on the run. This is just a magnificent set shot. The Swans with the opener in the second half.
Yes, that was a good finish there, Jace. The goal kicking's been pretty handy tonight. 8 goals too. Just have a look at this. Ideally, you probably want to go back down the way, but he had no choice there, Sam Walsh. And Cottrell probably just a little late to leave. There was good response though by Ollie Florin to get out there. If he's playing on the wing or half forward, that's his job to cover up the fat side and help the defence.
It's a great finish from Ollie Florin. What I find really interesting, Brandon, we heard John Longmire talk about losing centre clearance to 7-1 in the second term. So you start your genuine ruckman forward in Callum Sinclair and you bring Aaliyah into the ruck. So they think maybe more athletic, can jump, be more competitive with a second or third effort on the ground. It just wasn't working around Callum Sinclair.
Well, certainly that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like in the forward 50 stoppage. He's able to get off to Koning and tap it forward.
So the challenge for that man there, Callum Sinclair, now is to kick a goal or two, to take a mark and contribute as a forward.
Nice leap from Aaliyah. Swung away from the footy. Cripps continuing on his merry way. Centre field. Got a tap towards it. McInerney. Cripps wants to grab it out of there.
That's a situation where it's hard to second-guess Patrick Cripps, but you're 6'6" ahead of the football. Patrick Cripps, wet ball, just throw it on the ball. You've got big forwards ahead of the ball.
Jonathan Brown, Jason Dunster, Alistair Lynch on Tuesday Night Football. Seen a bit of that. Just out of mid-air, and it falls to Cal Sinclair. Jones is not happy. Cal is.
I was about to say the same thing, Howie. I reckon there's 4 or 5 times we've seen it kicked off the deck to great effect, to a 30 or 40 metre gain of territory, and a couple of times, if the forward's in front where he's supposed to be, Reid was, didn't take the mark, Sinclair was, you get the opportunity.
3 goals this season, 50-50 indeed. Goes where he hasn't been before, to the left.
Well, he's got a kick 2 to that side to even it up, hasn't he?
Not sure about you as a kid, Jace, growing up in Queensland. You might not have had many wet games, but I know as a kid growing up in country Victoria, there's always, if it's wet, play in front. You get rewarded because the ball always drops short.
Newts. Doherty with a 1-2. Good ball to Martin. This is better from the Blues. Petrevsky tricked everyone, nearly himself in the end. Spreads it to the outer wing. Plowman has got runners forward of the footy. Goes longer than Walsh. In comes Levi. Took it casually in the end. Walsh is collected. Back to Levi. Dawson. Had a nice game. Parker gets it clear momentarily. Martin can't pick up the slippery pill. Doesn't want to drag it in. Melican got a shove in the back.
I was about to be critical of that Plowman kick going forward because he had Walsh short over the top, but it's actually a really good kick. He saw that Casbolt was in space. He should have marked the ball, Casbolt.
Martin falls his way, Jack Martin. Tried to pick it up, didn't go off the ground. McCartan. Robbie Fox. Good ball out to hit Papley.
It's good initially by McCartan to leave his man Mackay. standing in the goal square on his own. He got involved in the play, set up that handball, and that helps their exit.
Tommy Papley against the team that he was discussed.
He's probably lucky here, Walsh. Just turned back into Clark.
Yeah, it wasn't a bump though. He was attempting to tackle,
no.
so there's no problems there for Clark.
Just might be a little bit sore, Walsh.
Clean bowls Reed, De Koning, pushed by Aaliyah.
I mean, it looks like he's copped contact to the face, and so we always get worried about those sort of collisions. But it wasn't a bump, so he's doing everything right. He's trying to tackle. It's just one of those where the arm catches him as he's tackling him.
Sydney kicked the only goal of the second half so far. Curnow wanders through traffic. Come again here through the Swans. Robbie Fox. Sticks it inside 50, Simpson. Thought his way through it to Cripps. Now they're going through the middle of Metricon. Nunes falls over in an opportune time. Good hand pass though to Petrevski-Seton. This is better for the Blues. They've got a man out the back. Oh, well done. Well done, Dawson. Cunningham was going to run straight onto it. Applies a tackle now. Rowbottom, quick fumble. Goes back towards Lloyd.
They did this well, Sydney. It's tidy up. Dawson's a terrific player, isn't he? Good courage there, just got his hand in. It wasn't a great kick by Carlton going forward. This guy's working his way into the defence, Robbie Fox.
Just look more dangerous going forward when they can find the corridor, the Blues. Just seems to give them better options going forward. Here we go again.
To Wiedering, some quads on this man. Fisher, nice little step, looking for McGovern. Further hands to Curnow, should kick the goal. Doesn't quite get the legs on it.
That's McGovern's first touch for the night. Have to get a little bit more involved in that.
Carlton playing so well down back. Jason Dunn still concerned he'll never get forward again.
We don't like seeing the talented ones go down back, Howie.
De Koning, high ball. Missed this man again.
Drive you mad as a forward.
Yeah.
That ball's got to come to ground.
Wiedering does bring that ball to ground, keeps it in front of himself. Tries to release Petrevski-Seton, back to Wiedering, runs into Aaliyah. Two big strong men go at it.
I'm amazed that's not holding the ball, given he broke the first tackle.
Cunningham to Nunes. Murphy, Walsh. Shrugs the tackle. Another inside 50 entry for the Blues. Melican had a great first term. Nunes snaps around his body. Narrow. Number 40 for Dawson. It's a good one. This time he turns over to Petrevski-Seton in the long sleeves. And Carlton gets some joy going forward. Casbolt's down there. Cripps doesn't go in that direction. Goes a squaring ball. It's pretty nice. Towards Walsh. McCartan attacks it. There's Owies. Walsh flicks it out to him. Owies lining up for his first AFL goal. Doesn't look like he timed it off the boot. Contest to be won.
I like the option from Paddy Cripps going forward. He kicked it a little to the side, but he found a one-on-one contest, Walsh, and he tried to get it over the back to Walsh's advantage. Rather than just kicking it to where all the numbers were, he kicked to a contest and gave it an opportunity to a teammate to actually win a contest.
Lloyd with his 18th disposal. Leads all comers.
It's just so hard to win contests when there's 8 people flying for the ball. One-on-one. You give your teammates opportunities and you back them in to, if they don't win it, to at least halve it, and they did.
And Stevie Johnson, triple premiership cat beside John Longmire. Florin, De Koning, Doherty, Cunningham. Spun as he kicked it. Elia bends the ball forward. Empty space is covered by Simpson.
It's a bit of their own medicine there, Sydney. The defensive sweeper out the back, Cade Simpson, outnumbered, gives them a good opportunity to mop up and switch.
You've got the spare on the far side here. They're away, unless it's back.
Oh.
Setterfield does well. Stands his ground. Fisher, finally a bit of space up forward for the Blues. Over the top of McGovern. Coming back on it though is Nunes. The hero, after the siren, goes inboard. Just didn't quite get it to McGovern. Now Walsh, snapping ball, and another missed opportunity for the Blues.
They just couldn't pinpoint the pass that needed to be hit.
So Nick Blackie looks like he's hurt his right shoulder. Hopefully it's not a collarbone after this hit. Just comes in, left himself open. With just the right shoulder, so hopefully he's okay as he jogs from the field.
It's not a great technique for attacking the contest, though.
Yeah, he went for the bump himself. Both holding each other's jumpers.
Advantage played. The Blues go inside 50. Casbolt presents. This is about the distance where he missed in the first term, Jace.
Oh, this is what David Teague wants to see. Just someone that can kick the ball to the advantage of a leading forward, give him a run and jump, and the forward presents in the right area.
It's the best entry, wasn't it, Jace, of the night, really?
It is.
Yeah.
We get a great view here.
I actually like to have changed angles a little bit more. In the last few minutes, Carlton didn't see a lot of this in the first quarter. Or the first half, especially. They changed angle to nicely there. Good delivery.
I want to keep an eye on his run up here.
No problems this time for Levi. The Blues get their first in the second half. They're hanging in there, the Navy Blues.
They're working their way back into this, aren't they? They are working hard, the Blues. It's just that polish in the forward end.
I think we were sort of saying in the first half, Jace, that this free kick to Wiedering, Gee would have bombed it out of the ball, or Nunes would have bombed it along to the top of the goal square.
That's a really interesting decision to pay advantage there, because he fumbled it and then put his hands up as though to say stop. I reckon they're hardly done by there, Sydney, because Nunes went to play on, fumbled the ball and put his hands up and said no, stop, and then picked it up and kept playing on, and they called play on, play the advantage. Gee, that's very fortunate. Yeah, I mean, this to me. So if he picks it up there, he's off. Oh, no, sorry, no, hold up. Oh, there's no one around me. I'll go again. Yeah. And then they say, yep, play the advantage.
Getting active in the forward half, Jack Nunes. He's hit the scoreboard this year as a winger.
Got as high as 39 points the margin. Advantage paid again, this time to Kennedy, left foot ball. Florin already snaffled a couple. Petrevski-Seton, nice effort. Martin overruns the footy, Rowbottom, ducks his head, tries to release Kennedy. Simpson tunnel balls it out the back. Kennedy burrowing away at ground level. Williamson does well, puts a bit of pace on the game, gets legged.
Yeah, I thought Rowbottom should have been holding the ball moments back anyway. Can't get the ball here. Now they're in the centre of the ground, so they can go either way. Last thing you want to do is see them kick it wide out to the boundary.
Wasn't a bad free kick to give away, Papley there. It's given time for his teammates to get back, set up behind the ball.
Nunes outnumbered. Wiedering now arrives in support. Bouncing ball. Really important moments in this game. 1 goal apiece for the term. Swans by 14 at quarter time, 16 at the half. They did lead by 39 points after they kicked the first 7.
It was against Jack Nunes, I think, running through the contest.
Sinclair's kicked it straight to McGovern. Surely they get the back the other way. Fisher, he's got a 2-on-1. Now Mackay arrives on the scene. Didn't quite have the Lionel Messi touch.
Oh, Callum Sinclair, the idea was right, the execution was terrible. Kicked it straight to the opposition. Lucky they didn't get punished.
Doherty to Mark. Right back off the mark. Spies Cottrell. Here's the important kick for Carlton. Big contest in the air. Mackay claims it. Umpire said play on. Fisher burrows away. Taylor. Touch ball. Doherty does a really good job of it. Drives it forward. Mackay does well to even the contest. He was down 2-on-1. Dawson has been outstanding. Thurlow. McInerney runs away from Walsh. Weeding's got Simpson in support. McLean, the defender. Clever ball. Williamson wants the switch. It hangs in the air but hits Martin.
We've seen bouts of this throughout the third quarter from Carlton, just building the uncontested marks. So now 21-11 the marks in Carlton's favour this quarter.
Murphy to a contest.
They're really dominating the majority of the stats. 11-5 the inside 50s Carlton's way. 21-12 contested possession.
Just haven't done enough damage on the scoreboard. Paddy Cripps quiet third term, just the 3 possessions thus far.
Holding, Carlton.
They play the advantage. Walsh puts it under his arm, takes a bounce. Has a second bounce. He's still got green grass ahead. No one comes towards him. Takes a third bounce. Walsh deep to the square to Mackay.
Thought he was held. The jumper coming down.
Well, that's a great outcome from Sydney, but Harry Mackay did his job. He competed 1 against 2, 1 against 3. He didn't take the mark, brought it to ground. Where were the smalls for Carlton? That's their responsibility to hit that and make something of it. He's drawn in 2 defenders, taken them out of the contest, and no presence at ground level.
Got one across the chops for his troubles.
I do get back hard to Sydney defenders. Very rarely you see a Sydney defender get caught in a one-on-one situation.
But you got 3-on-1, so there's got to be others. Now, Owies tries to get there, which is good, but there should have been 2 or 3 of them hitting that pack front and square.
Carlton searching for that goal before three-quarter time to really instill some hope. They trailed this one by 39 points at one stage. Slowly been working their way back into it. Murphy, left foot. The All-Sydney, Thurlow.
That's Thurlow. He's the spare back there. Simpson at the other end.
Still staying dry on the boundary. And Metricon. Dawson, one of the Swans' best. McGovern got him. I said it wasn't a tackle, it was more of a bump. And the reinforcement again of that message. Walsh. He's had a lot of the footy. This is his 17th disposal.
It's right, it's not a tackle. He just bumps him with the arm.
Nunes finds a little bit of space. Outside of the foot, Jack Nunes. That is the goal the Blues wanted.
He's been threatening in this third quarter. He pushes hard forward, Jason. As the winger, both Carlton wingers too. Especially Walsh and Nunes. That's his 12th goal for the season. So they do rely on that part of their game, him to push forward and hit the scoreboard and contribute. I think he might be playing half forward in this situation. Good finish. It's been a good pickup for him, actually. Yeah, probably under the radar a little bit at the start of the year across from St Kilda.
I think one of the criticisms of Jack Nunes when he came from St Kilda was perhaps ball use wasn't what it could have been. I think he's done very well.
Yeah,
he's filled a hole for the Blues. I mean, let's not judge him on that one kick after the siren, which was a 1 in 100 kick. It was brilliant. But I like his work ethic. I think he's brought something that they've needed, and he's getting, and the Blues are getting good reward as well. So there's the strapping on the shoulder for Nick Blakey. Let's hope he's okay to get back out in the action.
39-point deficit, back to 7 points. Cripps willing himself into the contest. Centre field wobbles the ball forward. Lloyd, mark not paid. Now they're under pressure, the Swans. Murphy's out the back. Murphy should kick the goal. Goes a little step. Tackled from behind. Gets the kick away. Skinny.
Ooh, opportunity lost.
Gee. 7 points.
I reckon we've gone too far away from rewarding the tackler again, Brownie. I mean, you can spin around now, do more than a 360, and they give you ample opportunity to get rid of the ball. Now, we don't want you to throw the tackle to the ground because he might get hurt. So why do we allow them to hang on to it for so long?
Yeah. Well, we're a bit quick to pass judgment, Jace, a few weeks back when the umpires tightened up the prior opportunity.
I didn't mind it because as soon as someone got caught with the ball, whether it be on the ground, they were desperate to knock it out. Now they're happy to soak it up and get a stoppage again.
Coney, pretty nimble for a big man, and he gets as far as Taylor. Kennedy misses absolutely everything. Taylor comes again, smothered. Real desperation here, 34 seconds on the clock. The Blues have got to defend. Got to defend with everything he can. Petrevski Seaton puts his head over the footy. Gets the free kick. Still time if they're quick enough, the Blues. Need to go straight through the middle.
They'll be able to put the cue in the rack here. They've got a good quarter.
They can go here if they can get the message out. It's a couple of kicks, just get it inside 50. Probably too late now.
The Blues are coming. 2-1 for the term. It was the Swans by 14 at quarter time, 16 at the half. Put the kettle on, open the fridge, whatever's keeping you going, don't go anywhere. Sydney lead Carlton by 1 straight kick. Mr. Lynch?
No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Very light, let's say. I'm not going to get a gig with the Weather Channel.
Can Carlton continue the comeback? Head the Swans at some stage. De Koning doing nicely out of the middle. Curnow. Shallow entry inside 50. Thurlow, there is that man Nunes. Jason just highlighted his work. Comes again, the former Saint, to Fisher. This man's nice around goals. Not this time, though. Slides it right across the face. And the Swans repel through Melican. And as far as Plowman. Just ducks away from Papley easily. Lowers the eyes, piercing ball. Gets to the back of the pack. Rowbottom, stripped of the footy. Levi, high-ish tackle. Umpire lets the boys go. Murphy to the top of the square. Mackay!
That's the one. Now, he was just quickest to read that.
Oh, plays on Jason. Hooks it round the corner. I hope he kicks this. He does. Mackay's got his second. Both times he snapped round the corner. And the Blues are coming. She's all square.
Well, man, Jace, he's not ready for the key forwards playing on from a set shot mark 20 metres out directly in front.
Correct. I mean, this is a great opportunity, though, to have a look at Harry Mackay, how quickly he reads the play. So he's involved there, he pushes back to the square.
I love his
He's actually running backwards. Look how quickly he takes front position away. McCartney's looking for his opponent. Why you can't kick a drop punt from there is beyond me. And he didn't strike it that well. He made the goal umpire work. That would have been criminal if he missed it.
They don't draw pictures, Jace. It's 6 points. It's in the book. No matter how he kicks it.
He's not diving at the smother. He's kicking it around the corner off a half a step when he's 15 out on a slight angle.
That's why in the call I said, I hope he kicks it, because I knew you would have blown
She's a different game, Howie.
They're showing their age, Lynchy and Jace.
Yeah, true.
Well, actually, I don't mind people kicking around the body, but why play on? Why rush it?
Yes.
To Harry Mackay, both like that. Carlton dominating centre clearances at the moment, largely due to that man, Cripps. Now it's Sydney, led it by 39 points. McInerney.
Good to see Blakey back out there.
A whack on the shoulder earlier on. An unconventional tackling approach. Doherty, usually clean. Murphy hassled off the football. Kennedy.
We saw Blakey with a little scungy kick there. Zach Fisher before in the forward line for the Blues. Something about left-footers, they just don't like kicking on their right foot. They're not much good at it as a general. There are some exceptions.
Pretty rough-looking one. Simon Black, who played with him, he was pretty handy. Didn't look like the greatest style, but he always hit the target. Can't say the same for his mate Luke Power.
Hello to Luke Power.
You'll back me up there, Lynchy.
Oh, absolutely. And when he flushed it went 25.
I know Lukey's not listening. He's sitting on the bench for Carlton.
Simpson at the back, shrugs one tackle, aggressive. Jones, important kick, spreads it wide, puts it out in front of Plowman. Papley in pursuit. Plowman gets one opportunity, to pick it up, does it cleanly. Now he stops and props, shins it along the ground. Cunningham. Mackay shovels it out to Williamson. There's a 20-metre handball.
To a contest.
Owies. Here comes Walsh, just moves smoothly, run down from behind though.
Great chase.
Great work by Hayward.
That is a brilliant run-down tackle, and he turned him so that he didn't fall into his back. Look at the way he turns onto the side.
Yeah,
That's brilliant
really
technique.
Just need to have a little bit better awareness there, Jace, you think? Sam Walsh, he obviously runs well, and he very rarely would get run down. But
True. I reckon it's easier to have awareness early in the game too. I mean, when you're a gut runner and you're deep into the game.
Lloyd with possession, 22, leading all comers. Back to Kennedy. He's still strapped up from that medial issue he had this 6 games earlier on in the year. McLean nearly clunked it. Walsh seems to be everywhere at the moment. Fox spoils Levi, who puts a tackle on Blake. He's got the crook shoulder, and that is going to hurt.
That's a test for the shoulder. Let's see how he pulls up. He does not look good. I reckon he's in trouble again. He's doing it tough.
Ouch.
Another shoulder.
He's just getting smashed to the pillar to post. Yeah, he's going to go off. He's just not travelling well.
Florent. Reed. Good spoil from Wiedering. Hayward with a high ball. It's not a bad result, man.
Well, every half chance counts now, doesn't it? This is what it's going to come down to. Limited opportunities at both ends. You can see Blakey sucking in the big ones on the bench. But it's who's going to make the most of those opportunities that's going to separate the two teams. Might just be a snap here or a good controlled set shot there. So he charges in with the bad shoulder, then he gets thrown to the ground, and the body weight landing on top of the bad shoulder.
Taylor releasing handball, I think as far as Cunningham. Dawson, one of the Swans' best, if not their best. Fox hassled off the footy. McCartan back to Dawson again. Didn't want to go inboard. They'll have that option now. Shrugs 2 tacklers. Goes back towards the pocket.
He did well, Dawson, to buy some time. They were in all sorts of trouble there, the Swans. Danced around McGovern, around another Carlton player, and then was able to drive the ball long out of defence.
Who can stand up for their side? Doherty, round the body.
Oh, jeez.
Tried to play on.
Yeah.
So, see,
It's got to be off there.
if you're going to take
absolutely.
that opportunity to go for a hand pass, I'd rather that be called play on.
It was a silly decision to play on.
Correct.
But
Correct.
it should have been,
So-
he did play on, so it should have been called to play on.
Exactly right. If they make a bad decision, they should get punished for it, Brown.
Just see there, Jack Martin has had some treatment from the physio for a left calf. He's about to come back on the ground.
Unusual bounce. Helps out Sinclair. Doesn't take any time, just wobbles it forward. Doesn't favour Reid at all. Jones will come back, mop up. He's got plenty of support.
Yeah, well done by the Carlton defenders, though, to outnumber and get back quickly.
Terrible decision from Callum Sinclair, though.
Might come back the other way in a hurry now. Rain coming down, all square. The Blues driving it forward. Mackay wrestling with Malik, and there's Dawson. He's everywhere.
Good tackle.
Malik stands Mackay. Dawson's spare in defence. Clark puts his head over the footy. Cunningham, his kicks stymied. Parker to Kennedy. How many times have the Swans combination joined each other over the years? Petrevski, Seaton, row bottom. Parker again. Kennedy. Blues one out on the full or deliberate, and they get neither. Blues fans in the background getting rather vociferous. Clark. Straight to Wiedering. Squaring backwards ball. Might work out okay to Williams. He completely shanks it. Opens the door for Taylor. Can he beat Plowman on the ball? Has to beat a couple of them. Gee, the kick right really hurt them. Hayward doesn't take full advantage.
Jeez, it should have been a free kick to Lewis Taylor. He dragged the football after he got rid of it. Bad miss there by the umpires.
Big moments these in the game.
Oh, we mentioned who's going to take their opportunities, who's also not going to make a really bad mistake.
Good spoil, forced to Cottrell. Hayward had an opportunity moments ago to kick a goal, couldn't. Plowman hits Florent coming the other way. McGovern, Cottrell, can he hit a target? Sends it way wide to Nunes. Tracks it towards the line, keeps it in, Jack Nunes.
Lockie Plowman's game's been good today. He played on Tom Papley. Papley's only had the one behind. Pretty good effort considering he's Papley, arguably the premier small forward in the competition, Howie.
Casbolt hits the footy. Didn't really favour anyone in a blue jumper. Murphy goes a check side. Wasn't a shot, it was right to the teeth of goal. Cripps is there. Comes back to Murphy. Fisher kicked one earlier on. Similar circumstances. Clean bowls Cripps, boundary line. All square still in driving rain at Metricon. One goal for the term, the way of the Blues. Levi grabs it out of the ruck. Aliir does well to stay on him. McGovern.
And he's got to be really careful here, diligent that Sydney don't give away a free kick. Deep in defence, just clear it out of the area. If you get a stoppage 50 or 60 metres from goal, that's a win for Sydney.
Bounced it off someone's head. Fox. Left foot clearer. Petrevski seat, good effort in the air to Walsh. Wants the shot at goal. Steps. Reid not completely. Cottrell arrives on the scene late. Can't complete the mark. Curnow just sits on the top of McInerney. Swans an inch out of defence. Sinclair, Simpson. That is an unusual ball, Jason.
There is a bit going on at the moment, under pressure. Players are getting tired. It's slippery. It's wet. Oh,
clean bowls everybody.
What is going on?
That's clean though by Florent. He's kicked a couple of goals to Sinclair. Big cow. In fact, it's McLean that has it now.
He kicked that early goal, the first goal of the game. This is just his second touch since then.
The opener. There is Sinclair. Jones, Hayward.
Good option. So we saw that half opportunity forward a moment ago. Cottrell flew for the chest mark, couldn't hang on to it. Would have been a set shot, 30 out, directly in front. Someone's got to grab these opportunities.
It's moments, isn't it, Jace? Who can grab this moment when it presents itself?
Florent kicked the last goal, his second for the Swans, the 3-minute mark of the third term. Since then, they haven't kicked a major. There he is, Ollie Florent.
If I'm Lockie Plowman, I'm real wary right about now, Brandon, because Papley's the sort of bloke that'll bob up and kick a winner.
Setterfield, Simpson. Dawson back with the fly. McGovern off his knees to Murphy. It's an aggressive bounce, takes a second one in the space of 10 metres. Opens it up, Skipper takes it from the former skipper. Oh, Melican's got the double fister and now takes the mark. That's what he was working on, Jason.
Well, it was an incredibly poor kick from Cripps. Incredibly poor from the skipper. And then an amazing decision to go to the spoil, and then he gets the mark.
Mark of the year.
Florent to Kennedy. Cripps has got him. Big tackle.
Yeah, this is a fascinating last quarter.
Cripps wants to go. Anything could happen tonight. Murphy. Melican collars him. Ball stays in.
Working hard, Mark Murphy. He stormed out of that stoppage before, gave the handball to Cripper.
I mean, he's got a player short and a player long, and he kicks it in the middle. Melican decides to double fist it and somehow gets the mark.
That kick's got to go further into the forward line from Cripps. It's a poor kick.
Casbolt using strength on Aliir. Parker using similar strength. Florent, and a good game. Oh, he's on debut. What a game to start your career. Now row bottom, needs to be precise. There's Papley.
Yeah, he's been very good. Plowman, you identified him before, Brownie. Anytime you can keep that man quiet, who's giving maybe the umpire a spray, I don't know. He's giving someone a spray.
For some feedback.
Aliir, Cunningham, Cottrell.
And Jace, just pretty similar to my very clear weather report on that hard-to-see driving rain, Jack Martin is now icing his left calf and he's out for the game.
Yeah, he was trying to do some run-throughs on the boundary line. Didn't look great. Was a little bit proppy, so they've decided to take no risk.
Might have missed a game earlier on with a calf, Jack Martin, from memory. It was a game he won here, though.
That's a super mark. Super intercept mark.
This ended his forwards career totally, Jace.
To Lloyd, Walsh, important touch. Walsh just toe pokes it forwards towards Fisher. McInerney dives on the footy, needs to get rid of it. And does.
Yeah, he had to get rid of that. I think the umpire will have the whistle in the mouth.
Just joining us, the Swans led this by 39 points. They kicked the first 7 goals of the match. What a tussle it's been. Metricon, Parker stripped of the footy. Aliir goes mid-air, now Rowbottom. By hand to Clark. Blues have got numbers around the footy. Cunningham takes on 1, 2, 3 tacklers. Third one got him.
He was stiff. He was in there trying to make something happen, but he evaded 2 or 3 tackles. Couldn't get a correct disposal. It had to be pinged. But you can't knock him. He was trying to make the play.
Dawson's been enormous. Big spoil on Reid. Cottrell's there, didn't have too many options by hand. De Koning, backwards to Jones. Sets a task for Walsh. Fisher, back to Walsh. Petrevski-Seton from 50. Low ball, is anyone there? There is, but it's McCartan.
Strange kick again from Petrevski-Seton. Get it up in the air to give your forward a chance, or ping and have a shot for goal. The scores are level.
50 inside 50s. Today for Carlton, 7 goals, 9. So not a great return again.
What about a couple of critical intercept marks? Tom McCart, outstanding under pressure.
All square. Brownie, you and me are 100% on draws together.
Yeah, too. Yeah, we did one. What was that? Essendon, Judo? No. Who was it? The Gold Coast in Essendon, I think it was.
Fisher, centre field, good tackle, row bottom. Desperate moments in the game now. DeConing puts his body on the line, loops it forward to Reed. Parker's there. Dawson needs to get rid of it in a hurry. Does. Fox! Also just cleared it by foot. Papley comes in. Here's an opportunity for the Swans. Louis Taylor takes a bounce. Dishes off by hand. Run down from behind. Beautifully done, Doherty. The streaming forward was Blakey, and that shoulder's getting a serious workout.
Jesus, banged up, the young bloke. It's a great chase by Doherty. Committed to an early game-saving tackle.
Cottrell gets it away from Taylor. Hacks it out of defence. Lands to Blakey. Nice step. Blakey on the left.
Just everything.
No score.
No one can hit the scoreboard at the moment.
Had 2 draws this season. Collingwood Richmond early in the season at Howie.
Yep.
Essendon Gold Coast a few weeks back.
Simpson to the outer flank. Good grab.
I've been impressed with this young man, and I'll tell you what I love. I was waiting until he hit the target there. But his skills at ground level, his second efforts, his athleticism, the ability to pick it up cleanly at ground level. A lot to like about it.
Yeah, as he develops his ruck craft, it'll be a nice combination, Jace. And when Picknett comes back into the side as well.
Plowman driving ball forward is really good. Walsh has found space away from Clark.
Oh, he would have been tempted to go.
2.5 on the clock. All square at Metricon. Measures a kick to a contest. Levi doesn't let him down. He wants to go, Levi. Stops, props. Where's Big Mackay? There he is. Dawson stands beside him. What about this short ball inside 50? Control from nowhere with the game on his boot.
We've spoken tonight about the wingers pushing forward, Jace, hitting the scoreboard. That man's played a lot of the night on the wing. Going forward to take a mark. Kicked the goal last week.
Kicked
Sam
one
Walsh
career
kicked,
goal.
Yeah, one career goal. I think it was last week or the week before. Sam Walsh kicked one. Nunes has kicked plenty of goals from the wing.
Had an opportunity to take a mark earlier this quarter he couldn't take. That's a pack mark.
Massive celebration when he kicked that first goal. Cottrell from 45 directly in front. The Blues are up by a kick. He thumps the dash. Have a look at him. He is absolutely pumped, and he's put his team in front with 1.5 on the clock.
There is a classic example of the crazy eyes, Brownie. That was a serious celebration.
Has been compared to Mitch Robinson.
Oh,
got the crazy eyes like Mitch. What a mark.
Wait till you see the celebration after he kicks it. That look of intensity and passion on the face. It's a great mark. It's a brilliant mark. Eyes only for the ball. But it's the expression after the goal. Oh, look at the eyes. Oh, that's what it means. I love it. You gotta love that, Howie.
I told you he's a good celebrator. It's only his second goal, and the first celebration was pretty similar, but more importantly, Carlton have turned around a 39-point deficit in the second. They lead it by a kick.
How can you go to the bench after the match winner, Howie? And that celebration, you probably need to rest after that celebration.
The real He-Man stuff. All right, Sydney need the clearance. Florence in there. Parker, right man for the job. Setterfield tries to collar him. Kennedy sends it back the other way. Works out nicely. The Swans aren't done through Clark. Can they take a mark forward? Reed comes from behind. Away towards Thurlow. Need to keep it in, the Swans. Simpson will want the boundary. Thurlow does well. Taylor wants to keep the footy in play. The Blues don't. Took 23 seconds.
Yeah, Jace mentioned before, this is where you're looking at Tom Papley. He's the match winner in this situation, a forward 50 stoppage. What can his teammates do to put him into the clear? Plowman's done a terrific job on him for the majority of the night. He needs a block here.
Can Papley get some space? Sinclair to the back. Taylor takes on a tackler. Is it high?
Oh, no, you can't pay that.
It's paid. Taylor with the free kick to square it.
I only saw it at fast motion, but it looked like one of those where you throw back the head as you get tackled. No, that's not a high tackle. That's just not a high tackle. He's dropped, throwing the head back. Gee, that's a tough decision, I reckon. He's not happy, Paddy Cripps.
Biggest kick of the night for Louis Taylor to square it up. There'll only be 20 on the clock when it's done, and he misses. Louis Taylor misses.
Well, that was a dreadful run-up as well. He ran a long way right of the target, and when you are in slippery, wet conditions, it is very hard to get that pure connection on the boot. But the goal wins it now for them.
Doherty needs to hit a target.
He marks that, it's game over.
He's normally pretty reliable, Lewis Taylor. You're right, Jace.
If he marks it, it's game over.
Slippery condition, he does need to run to the centre of the goals. It's a bad miss. Probably justice served. It wasn't a free kick. We've seen plenty of those not paid.
Swans need to get it clear and bang it inside 50. They'll get an opportunity through Parker. Setterfield's got him. Kennedy shrugs a tackle once, twice. Desperation time on the clock. It runs down. The Blues have come and won.